Hey guys, what's going on? This is going to be a PvP video. Finally a PvP video. I took a break from grinding out my PvE gear and getting gold and that kind of thing to do some structured. Gonna get back into some real PvP hardcore here soon. I'm just trying to get my legendary exotic pieces and just get those out of the way while I slowly work on my legendaries. My main focus right now for me playing the game is getting gear. For PvE in particular and World PvP, because World PvP gear is PvE gear, and I just want to be really geared for World PvP. World PvP is where it's going to be for videos and stuff, well, at least for what I want to do. I want to do some incredible things, as in just incredible fucking video clips, and that can happen in Structured, but I just don't think it's going to be as likely to happen in Structured as it is in World, where you've got trebuchets and lots of crazy things going on. But having a lot of fun right now with Structured. I'm playing a particular build, a new build. I'm not going to talk about my specifics of it right now, but I think I might have found a build that I like. It's kind of out of the ordinary. It's not something that I think a lot of people would try out just based off their first impressions of the Ranger and some of the complaints of the Ranger, but it's pretty good. And I'm going to make a video about it tomorrow once I play the spec a little bit more and figure out what works for me, that kind of thing. But the main thing I want to talk about in this video is the Ranger's niche. What is the Ranger? Well, what is the goal of the Ranger in Structured PvP? Now, I know some of you guys are probably wondering, like, what do you mean by niche? Like, what's our main objective? Now, the way I'm seeing the Ranger play is you're kind of just a fucking pain in the ass for the other team. Not because I don't think your goal is to be a big damage dealer and like burst killer and downer and finisher, I guess is the best. That kind of sounded really, I guess you could say that's what she said, everything I just said right there. But I don't think that the goal of the Ranger is to be on the front lines being the top damage dealer. I think we're just supposed to be a harassment class. Like, we're like the scout in TF2. We're just supposed to run around and be a pain in the ass. Pro tip right here: bleed these fucking thieves. I knew this guy was gonna port, so I put bleeds on him, killed him with the bleeds. Yeah, that's one strength of this particular build I'm running. You have a lot of bleeds, and killing downed people, you can kill down people fairly easy with it. Not like super easy, but you can pretty much assure that people aren't gonna get up, if that makes sense. Like, no one's gonna get up from healing against you with this spec. So, yeah, back on topic. So, you can see how I'm playing right now. I'm not really doing tons and tons and tons of damage. I'm just being annoying, kiting around. This is something I'm kind of proud of. Pro tip right here: switch to your the particular weapons I'm running in this video are the short bow and the dagger and the sword. I use the dagger and the sword completely defensively. If a melee is on me, I do anything I can to get away from the melee, obviously. Use my traps, all that kind of thing. But if it comes down to it, you gotta fight him with the sword and the dagger. Main reason the sword and the dagger is the best is because you can evade his attacks. The sword and the dagger have, I think, 3 or 4 evasive attacks. They do a little bit. They're not really top damage weapons for the Ranger, but I use them defensively just to get away, just to buy time until my my cooldowns are up, my dodges are up, until I can actually, because you know, you don't want to fight a warrior melee. You don't want to fight a warrior melee to melee with a Ranger. You're gonna lose every single fucking time. But you can switch to that dagger and sword, dance around, buy yourself some time until your traps come back up, until your dodges come back up, until teammates come, whatever you need to do. That's the way I see the sword and the dagger. I do enjoy the sword and the dagger, though. So, 2 weapons I like: short bow and sword and dagger. I recommend trying it out if you haven't yet. So, yeah, that went on a lot longer than I thought it was, but than I thought it was going to go on for. But you see how I'm playing right now? I'm just around. I'm just that guy that lingers. Look at that. I got a bunch of people chasing me. Can't get me. Can't get me. I'm just being a piece of shit, pain in the ass right now. Running around, kiting around, dodging. Just running laps around the center of the field, making sure they can't get this point. And just, I don't know. I guess I'm sort of being a support, but not really a support in the sense of like, guarding people and giving them boons, but just the support in the sense of, you know, like, I'll pick this guy up, for example. Just being around, snaring people, slowing people, poisoning people, just being a douchebag, I guess, is the best way I can describe my playstyle right now, and just being a greasy, slimy, hard to get guy when people try to chase me. Like, the second I see somebody getting close to getting close to closing a gap to get to me, I just slip away, kite them, cripple them, do anything I can, and I find that to be the best way to go about it. I still got some burst here. With this particular build I'm running, I still have the quickness on pet swap, and I do run with quickening Zephyr. I think those are kind of two mandatory things that you have to get in your traits. They're just too good. They're too good to not have. I don't know, quickening Zephyr I think is probably the best utility skill for the Ranger. I know some people probably don't like it, say it's not necessary, but when you really need to kill somebody or down somebody, it's the way to do it. So here's where I fuck up my flawless. I hadn't died throughout this whole point in this game, and I won a 1v1. I wanted to get a 1v1 for this video, and I would have had it if other people didn't come, and I'm just tearing this Necro, a new asshole. And I get him down, and I would have killed him so easily if there weren't a million people that just swarmed me right here. And I end up ruining my flawless, but that was my only death. That was my only death of the entire game. I do die at the very end when I stop playing, but I had a pretty good game. Finished first with a score of, I think that says 210? Is it 210 or 215? I can't see it on my Sony Vegas preview screen, but hope you guys enjoyed this video. More serious structured PvP videos are coming. I just got to play a little bit more and figure out what works for me more before I can sort of relay the information onto you guys. So hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.